Yeah. So as well as I would like to thank for the participants who are all registered, and as well as per the Visual team, they say there is around more than 80 plus participant registration, and as well as from four different countries. So I'm happy to uh, see faces from all around the world. So I think still now we have around 50 plus participants. I think still nearly we need 30 more participants need to join. But I don't want to wait here because I know some of you are in different countries. Your timing is totally different, but still you are highly dedicated and sincere. So you are eagerly learn and you want to eagerly learn the things. So I don't want to wait for another one single moment. Let's directly start this particular event. So I'm happy to see great faces, uh, great participants here. Okay, so we can now let me address the elephant in the room. So we all know about the artificial intelligence, how the artificial intelligence is actually reshaping our entire academical and as well as research phenomena. So now whatever you ask, whatever you questioned, automatically previously people start Google it. So just that's what we have a term called Google it. But now the term was totally shifted. Whatever we ask, people start searching in ChatGPT. Even in some other cases, people start blindly believing ChatGPT results. They they actually totally forgot it's just an artificial intelligence. It's a learned, trained large language model which is in the learning path. So we can't 100% depend on it. But still, whether we accept it or not, whether we like it or not, it producing a huge amount of results and as well as huge amount of helpful opportunities for everyone to simplify their work. Even it might be academical work or official, whatever it might be. So it's basically simplifies our task. In this case, especially for today's session, we are going to see how this ChatGPT, this OpenAI's large language model, going to help for data analysis, especially if we are a researcher or if you are an market professional who are all working in HR or marketing or any other data related works, especially as a data analyst. So here it's a free tool for us. So you don't want to be a premium member of ChatGPT, even though they have an option called Pro version. But there is no necessity for us to go ahead for a Pro version to do in basic data analytics in ChatGPT, because we have n number of free options are available in ChatGPT to do an perfect data analysis. For in this case, so before getting into the topic deep, so let me introduce myself. So okay, I am Professor Balu, motivational speaker, business and life coach and psychologist, and I am an author of 2 books. So these are all my qualifications, and I am a serial entrepreneur. These are all my ventures. So I am doing different ventures in different streams. Uh, that's all. So I'm working as a professor. So this is what my brief profile, my dear students. Before getting into the core, so I want you to think first. See, we are registering in this webinar and as well as we are looking ChatGPT for data analysis. But before that, we should clearly define or we should clearly understand what is the core concept behind data analytics. Basically, as academicians, what we think data analytics is especially for publishing any research papers or research journals, or in some rare cases or maybe in some other cases, we blindly believe research methodology is a part of our PhD thesis. It's just a chapter, so which going to have many tables and graphs, diagrams and those type of numerical details. That's all we all think. That's all we are all think about data analytics, or maybe the research path of research methodology. But it's 100% not the right perspective, my dear team. So my dear friends, because all of you are professionals, all of you are, I think, professors and researchers, right? So we are all same battalions. So just I think it's best for me to call you as friends. Okay. So first and foremost, the primary important thing what you need to remember, or maybe what you need to understand, is don't treat the statistical tools which was available for research just as a tool. Each and every tool has some unique purposes, unique reasons, unique meanings. Okay, so we need to clearly understand the meaning and the purpose of that particular tool before we decide the tool, or maybe before we implement any specific tool for any specific data. So why I am insisting a lot about this? Because ChatGPT is not a statistical tool what we commonly used. So basically we use SPSS, or maybe Power BI and data visualization, R programming and Python. So we have many types of data processing softwares are already available in the market. But what makes this ChatGPT data analytics differ from the existing softwares are available? Those softwares what are all available in the market, it only can produce the numerical result what you actually want. Beyond it, it can't explain anything to you. You can't find anything beyond from the numbers, numerics. It's become 100% your own responsibility to interpret the information, or maybe the number, with the existing data and as well as with your objective or goal of the research. Okay. In other cases, there is some basic difference here. Let me show you this. See, this is what the actual difference, my dear friends. One is theoretical knowledge, one is practical application, or maybe in other term, the practical knowledge. So the theoretical knowledge, the things, what are all the things you gain from the books, or maybe from your subjects, or maybe from your professors, most of the things are just theoretical. Okay, but whenever you want to getting into the practical scenario, or whenever you want to use ChatGPT for your data analytics, you need to keep a mentality of a practical applicant. ChatGPT is not a platform for the theoretical perspective, theoretical analysis. Even though you can use it for your theoretical analysis, but you can't expect the results what you are actually looking for. Or in otherwise, it's simply meaningless, my dear friends. I'm frankly says it's meaningless, because based on my experience, still I am able to find n number of journals and n number of PhD theses. So, excuse me. Many PhD theses which is actually simply producing meaningless results. What is the purpose of that particular thesis, or what is the purpose of that particular journal? Simply stating something, it's set up for some set of paragraph, and as well as for the namesake of that particular journal, they are utilizing three or four tools to produce some numerical results. There is no interpretation, there is no future predictions. So without having a proper interpretation, and as well as without having a future impact, what is the purpose of doing research? See, previously we just examined the things what has already happened. Just we try to get the understanding of it. That's what the research actually begins, how it begins in the earlier stage. But now we are already in the era of AI. Not only in AI, we are in 2025. We are going to ahead at 2026. So now we need to predict the future. We no need to again and again assess the same thing which was happened in the past. We no need to reinvent the wheel, right? So always keep it in your mind, whenever you want to use ChatGPT for data analytics, you are going to approach ChatGPT with a practical mentality, not a theoretical mentality. Because I know, so we are all professionals. We know so many statistical tools. Okay, even some of the some rare names also we know that. So we have many rare statistical tools, so which is especially very rare in use case. Not only in use case, So the purpose driven solution, we also don't know what type of purpose these types of tools are going to produce for us. Okay, so here everything is practical, everything is conceptual. ChatGPT is a practical tool which can 100% produce in conceptual results, not in theoretical namesake numerical tabulations. Even though it can produce, but it's not the tool for that. Okay, try to approach this particular tool with this open minded. Okay, please be open minded. Don't try to closed in a circle. Okay, because the thing is, whenever you are getting into the real world scenario, even though you are an data analytics professor for any specific department, after your academic, when you are getting into an actual working environment or maybe the career environment, you can't see the most of the tools what you actually taught in the class. In other words, the basic tools, they give high amount of weightage while they are in the career path, because they don't want any specific tools or names or maybe what are all the techniques you used. They are 100% looking for the results, especially some types of business results or corporate results, whether they want to establish it or not, whether they are ready to launch it or not. So they need some amount of decision oriented numerical supportive materials. They don't want some fancy formulas or maybe fancy statistical tools. Okay, so always approach this ChatGPT with this same mentality. Always approach it with a practical mindset. It will be definitely beneficial for you to move further in a faster manner, and as well as it makes your progress more smoother. Because at the very beginning, I feel really terrible, my dear friends. Even I have so much of statistical related informations in my mind, but when I try to approach it with ChatGPT, definitely it make me totally hallucinated. So that's why I instruct you as early as possible for you to keep your mind ready for it. Try to be open-minded, open-hearted. Try to approach the thing as it is. Don't try to complicate the things with your superior knowledge or maybe superior experience. Even though all of us have a superior knowledge and experience, so there is no issues at all. Okay, so the next thing you need to keep it in your mind while using ChatGPT for your data analytics practices. The first thing, there is no API integration. Okay, so you can't directly integrate any existing database API with ChatGPT. For an example, there is a movie ranking called IMDb, IMBI or IMDBI. So it's a famous platform which is actually giving a ranking for movies or a Pokemon series. So there is already n number of open databases are available, especially for weather reports. Okay, these are all for an example, because now the participant count is crossing 70 something. Okay, so around 70 people are here. So each and everyone belongs to different departments or different categories. So I can't pick a common one for which is going to be matched for all. Okay, so I tried it generalized for everyone. So whenever you want to integrate any open source data through APIs, any weather reports, basically those servers tries to connect with your data analytics server through API keys. Okay, you don't need to be too much technical. This is just a common terminology. ChatGPT can't directly access any external databases. That's all, my dear friends. Okay, the second thing, no cloud data sourcing. So not only directly approaching servers, even some websites have an existing data source. ChatGPT can't directly access the data source. Basically, it only accesses the information which is in the paragraph or maybe which is in the simple tabulation format. It can't do the entire data analytical procedures which is already existed in any other websites. So if you want to do any analysis which is in the which is actually in other website database, so your action need to be, you need to download the entire database, and as well as you need to re-upload it into ChatGPT. Okay, So otherwise it's not going to be functional. So the third limitation, the maximum file size is 512 MB. So even if you have an Excel file, so we are going to see what all the different file types are going to be available, so possible for us to upload. But true to my opinion, my dear friends, they say the file size limit is 512 MB, but I'm seriously says if you go more than 10 to 12 MB of file size, definitely it actually got hallucinated. So most of the time your actually prompt section was actually filled. So as per their limitations, so they accept up to 512 MB, but always try to keep your file size around 50 or 60 MB. It's possible, it's also fine for us, but don't try to reach the max, otherwise you can't get the exact results what you are actually looking for. Okay, the last but not least, which is the most important point, what you need to remember, what you need to keep it in your mind always, or if you want, write it and stick it wherever you want, whenever you are using ChatGPT for data analytics. The data security and privacy is a huge concern while we are using ChatGPT. So whenever you are dealing with so many open access data, there is no issue because it's already open. But when you are actually dealing with your specific rare collected data, always be caution before you upload anything. Especially whenever you have an enterprise license in ChatGPT, they are providing a data privacy for your data. So the machine not going to learn from anything from your data. It's going to keep everything separate server. But if you are a general user or normal pro or plus user, so your data most probably used by that particular AI language model for their training purposes. So the security and the privacy of the data is highly hypothetical. Always make sure before you upload anything. So that's why I mostly say is don't share any crucial informations like your bank account details, your personal credential details, or maybe your passwords, anything like that. Don't share any type of informations in any one AI model, not only ChatGPT. Don't share anything like any those type of crucial informations in any AI model. So these are all the basic limitations what this ChatGPT AI model is actually having. So with these things in your mind, with this concern, we need to proceed further. So don't forget things. These are all the ground clearance. So once you understand these ground principles, these ground parameters, definitely you can do anything. Okay, don't think these are all as a big limitations, or maybe I can't do that, I can't do this. It's nothing like that. So this is a basic principle, this is a basic platform details. So once you understand the basic platform details, you can make your own rules. So we have those type of learning sections also. So we can make our own rules. So we can turn the game as we like. Okay, so there is no more restrictions or limitations for that. So this is a data set I asked you to download. I think most of the participants are newly joined. So I already shared this particular link in our chat. I think everyone is able to see because I click for everyone. I send the message for everyone. I request everyone to please go to this website and try to download the data set. Wait, let me show you once again for the data set. I hope everyone is able to see my screen. Okay, so this is what the website link what I shared with you. So here there is a button called download. Just you need to click this button and you need to wait for the file to download. It's around 40 MB I think so. Here there is another one option. So don't go ahead with this because this file is 289 MB. It's a huge size. It will take large time, and as well as you can't directly upload this particular file into your ChatGPT. So it won't work most probably. So here you need to click this particular button to download that file. So I will give some time for you to download this file. I think it won't take more than 2 minutes. I request everyone to download this file because we are going to work on this same data set. So I request everyone to download it first. So in the meanwhile, if you have any questions, if you need any clarifications, you can feel free to chat, or maybe you can feel free to unmute yourself and you can ask your questions. No issues, no hesitations, because we are all professionals. So there is no embarrassing moment. Even if I don't know anything, definitely I am ready to agree. So I will check on, I will revert back. So if you want to learn it, even it might be sounds basics or silly, don't need to worry about anything. Okay, so actually that's what the actual barrier for our particular profession. Okay, so whatever you want to ask, feel free to ask. This is an open, genuine community. I think so. I think everyone is part of a genuine team. So you can feel free to ask anything, whatever you want. So before getting ahead, kindly please everyone download this dataset. Okay, I think most of you are able to download. So otherwise, just park those sections, because still we have some theoretical sections for today's. Because so for using ChatGPT for your data analytics, it's, if you want me to show it in the ChatGPT actual page, the web page, it's very short process. Okay, within just an half an hour I can simply explain. You can put this prompt and you can get the detail, and you can refine your prompt and you can get this type of another formation of data. Just it won't take me more than half an hour for me to explain the complete procedure. But doing it in with the simple prompt, it's very easy, it's very simple. But for that case, you need to understand the purpose behind first. Without knowing that purpose, you can't get the data, or you can't get the results what you are exactly looking for. Because I already told you, it's not a numerical platform which is going to only produce a numerical results. It is an analytical platform which going to interpret the informations and as well as automatically produce an interpretation and as well as suggestions to you. Okay, so you need to keep your mind clear and as well as clearly objective focused, clearly goal oriented when you are using ChatGPT for your data analytics. Okay, so now the next section, there are basically 4 types of research are there. Can anyone tell me what is the 4 types of basic research? Not basic, it's a major 4 types of research while we are dealing with any form of academic. whether you belongs to chemistry, whether you belongs to what type of data you are dealing with. Whenever you are getting into PhD, except from laboratory research, so don't don't look me for the laboratories. And what is the major 4 types of data analytics we have? So we know about t-test, v-test, Kruskal Valley test, and Mann-Whitney test. We know about many things, time series analysis. So these are all the different types of tools what we are using for calculating the data. But what is the basic 4 categories of data research? Anyone have any ideas? No ideas. Okay, if you are not comfortable to unmute yourself, and you can feel free to chat, my dear friends. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I think there is so many chats are waiting. I'm sorry. I forgot to see it. Yeah. Okay. 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 Exploratory, experimental, t-test, v-test. That's what, my dear friends, I already told you. Those are all just tools. Those are all not types. Okay. So let me explain here. Okay. So here there are totally 4 types of basic research are there. I think most of you already know about it, but maybe due to our career pressure, due to our work pressure, maybe we might be not touch with it for a long time, so we may forget it. Or in other words, we may learn about these types in a different terminologies, or maybe in different with the different explanations. Okay, mostly we know about it, but why I am again repeating this? Because I am not teaching for any UG or PG kid. I know that, but why I am again repeating these 4 types, and as well as ChatGPT function this data analytics based on these 4 basic principles. Okay. Without these principles, it can't function normally, or in other words, you can't get the results what you want, right? So the first one is descriptive research. So everyone know what is called descriptive research. So basically from our UG time period, or maybe some other case from our schooling time, so we know what is called descriptive research. Okay, so mean, median, mode, standard deviations. So we have many things, but what is the basic purpose of descriptive research? In what all the cases we can use descriptive research? These are all the common cases where we can use this descriptive research. Excuse me. Is my voice is audible, my dear friends? I think someone says my voice is not audible. Hello. Is it audible right now? Okay, I think, dear participant, I think your devices have some issues. Kindly rejoin the meeting, or maybe check your audio frequency, because because the remaining participants says they are able to hear it. Please kindly check your audio settings, please. Okay, right. Thank you. Okay. So what is called descriptive research? Descriptive research is understanding what it is, how it is, and as well as we are trying to assess the things as it is, because those things are already occurred, those things are already happened. We are just trying to understand what happened. So what is the actual motivational level of the employers? What is the actual job satisfaction level of the employers? what is the actual sales ratio what we have for the last year, or maybe for based on region wise, or maybe based on the locality wise. So the area wise we are getting the data, but this is the actual raw data what is already happened. We can find what is the maximum sales, what is the minimum sales, and what is the average sales value. These are all not a form of interpretation. These are all the data which is already there. We are just trying to extract the data which is already occurred. Okay, it focus on presenting an accurate picture of an population, event, or phenomena without manipulating the variables. So there is no form of manipulation in those data, or there is no form of interpretation between the data. So it simply present the raw information to you. So you need to decide what you want, what you are looking for. Okay, does not seek to establish cause and effect relationship. So you can't move further with this basic descriptive research. You need some more additional form of research practices to take an right decision, because ChatGPT won't consider what type of tools you are looking for, or maybe what type of tools you are going to use. It's a conceptual tool which is going to 100% producing an logical results with your data set. So always keep it in your mind, what are all the tools you knows, what are all the technical terminologies you knows. It's not going to be a big matter while you are dealing with ChatGPT data analysis. It's 100% conceptual. If your conceptual framework is not fit properly, definitely your data are not going to lead you in the right direction. Okay, so always keep it in your mind with the basic understanding. Okay, the next. So what are all the common statistical tools we can use for this descriptive analysis? What are all the suitable chart types we can use? What are all the use case scenarios? These use case scenarios especially which is specifically designed for ChatGPT use case. Okay, so common statistical tools we are using. So basically mean, median, mode, standard deviation, variance, percentage, frequencies, distribution, cross tabulation, t-test, ANOVA, chi-square test. These are all the common, very common tools, my dear friends. So these are all the tools we basically use, right? So even before getting into the suitable chart type, you can't use all type of chart for all type of tools, or maybe all type of research analysis. So there is also some standard protocols. I don't know, I think most of you already know about it, but it's my duty to explain it, because ChatGPT keen on these areas. If you are doing some basic descriptive research and you are actually asking the ChatGPT to produce any chart which is especially made for exploratory, definitely the chart not going to produce a right result to you, or otherwise you can't ends up in a right direction, right? So in those cases you need to be very clear which type of chart you are going to looking for, or which type of data analysis you are dealing with. So here it's a bar chart, pie chart, histogram chart, box plot. These are all the four. Excuse me, wait a moment please. What's going on here? It's actually automatically moving, I think so. Okay, so these are all the four common types of chart which is suitable for this descriptive analysis. In what are all the cases we can use this descriptive analysis here? Okay, here see, analyzing students' performance trends in the university. So always keep it in your mind, these data is already existed. There is no interpretation, there is no manipulation, anything. It's simply going to present the raw data to you. So analyzing the student performance trends in the university, describing the customer demographic in the market survey, reporting the diagnosis in incidence rate in public health, showing sales pattern by region or products. These are all the data which is already existed. So there is nothing you need to analyze more. These are all just raw data which is going to appear as it is. Okay. Okay, diagnostic research. Anyone want to explain what is called diagnostic research? Just share your opinion, or maybe share your understanding what is called diagnostic research. Diagnosing or examining something. Okay, good. I think chat is feels more comfortable to you. I think so. Okay, no issues. But however, I want your response. That's all. Okay, so diagnostic in the sense why it is, understanding why it has happened. Previously, we find in descriptive what it is, what actually happens. Here we are going to find why it has happened. Something has happened. We want to know why it has happened. Basically, that's why here we are given some medical procedures. So if you feel sick, excuse me, if you feel sick, so what will happen? The doctors try to diagnose the things. So what is the? It might be a virus, or maybe it might be a food. What is the thing was actually make you sick? He will start diagnosing the things. Then he will prescribe accordingly, or maybe he will produce a recommendation accordingly. So diagnosing in the sense, just checking you have a fever. So it's a descriptive analysis. What is the actual temperature you have? Temperature of your body through thermometer. So it's a diagnostic analysis. So after that, doctor asks you to take some blood test, or maybe any other form of test to diagnose what type of fever you have. It might be a viral fever, or it might be a climate change fever, or anything like that. So he used the diagnostic research to find what actually happened. So this is how you need to approach ChatGPT. So before you getting into anything, so you need to clearly define. I ask you to do a diagnostic research on this particular data, why this thing was happened, why my sales was dropped. So just you need to do the things. You need to clearly define what type of research you want the ChatGPT to do for you, before mentioning any form of tools. That's why I ask you to clarify once again with this basic concepts. Okay. So the next thing is same. What are all the common statistical tools we can use for it? So correlation analysis, so regression analysis, factor analysis, chi-square test, again t-test and ANOVA test. These are all the common statistical tools we can use for. Okay. So the next one is shootable chart formats. So scatter plot chart, line chart, heat map. See, nowadays heat maps start getting familiar, my dear students. Sorry, my dear friends, because heat map is highly become most value-driven chart type. ChatGPT is partially good for it, but there is so many tools are available to produce a heat map. But actually, heat map is becoming very familiar. Okay, the last one is pattern chart. These are all the chart types are suitable for this diagnostic analysis. So what are the use cases we can use this diagnostic analysis? Finding factors influencing employees' turnover. See, here we are finding the factor, what actually happened, why it actually happened, what make this situations happens. We are examining the things, what caused this scenario. Okay, understanding the reason for product failures in the market. Again, we are diagnosing the thing which actually goes wrong. Diagnosing academic underperformance cases. So studying factors affecting patient recovery. Okay, so these are all the things actually always focus on diagnosing the issue what was already happened. So through descriptive, we know there is an issue. Through diagnostic analysis, we came to know what caused this actual issue, when it's begin, how it's begin, what all the factors actually influenced in this particular phenomena. These are all the things we can learn through this diagnostic analysis. So predictive analysis. So now we are getting into the actual masterpiece of ChatGPT. So this analysis, and as well as the upcoming another one analysis, research type is especially ChatGPT is especially good at it. Okay, so these are all the main reasons we are using ChatGPT. Even if you want to do a basic descriptive analysis, you can use your simple Microsoft Excel to do that, to perform it. So you don't need any other great softwares to do that. So you can use ChatGPT to analyze, your basic MS Excel to analyze descriptive analysis. But when you want to go further, when you want to go deeper, you need these type of research, predictive research. So from this name itself, you are able to clearly identify it's going to predict something. I know what happened, I know why it happened. Now I want to know what might happen in the future. What is the possibilities? What might be can happen. Okay, so if I know that what might happen, so I start preparing myself. So I know my past 3 months sales data was declining. So I want to predict what is my upcoming 3 months sales data. So based on that, I need to take a corrective action to adjust the scenarios. Otherwise, my entire business is going to be collapsed, right? So there is a predictive data which is going to play a main role here. What will be? What is the upcoming scenario? What might can happen? Okay, the purpose of the predictive research is the forecasting the future event or outcomes based on the existing data and the statistical models. It helps researchers to organize and anticipate what is likely to occur under certain conditions. So that's what I already explained, my dear friends. Okay, it helps you to predict the things. Next, what are all the common statistical tools we can use for it? It's a regression model, time series analysis, machine learning model. That's what I told you. So it's a very famous one. We are going to use some of the machine learning models to do this predictive analysis. So through our practical cases, don't think just it's an ChatGPT is a practical tool. I'm explaining something in PPT. So we have many practical sections, but before getting into the practical, so you need to clearly understand the basics first. The basic concepts. So without getting an understanding, you can't proceed, because at the very beginning, because most of you join later, so you don't know what I actually explained at the beginning of the session. See here, so if you want me to explain the simple prompt by prompt in ChatGPT with the live demo session, it won't take more than half an hour for me. I can simply put the different types of prompts, and as well as I can produce different types of results, and as well as you also start believing these prompts are work for everywhere. But it won't happen, my dear friends. Okay, so each and every prompt is unique. So you need to find the data, and you need to find the nature of that research, and as well as you need to clearly identify the objectives and goals of the research to find the right tool and as well as the right prompt. Without having that particular clarity, you can't perform a proper research. Okay, that's why I'm little bit depth in the theoretical perspective. I want you to refresh, or maybe I want you to understand the basic phenomena first. Okay, so common statistical tools. So regression model, time series analysis, machine learning model. So I already show it to you, right? Okay. So what are all the chart types are there for this predictive analysis? Line chart, area chart, scatter plot with trend lines, forecast chart. These are all the common chart types we can use for this predictive analysis model. So if you want, you can just simply give your data, and you can ask ChatGPT to do a predictive analysis with this particular data, and you are looking for this particular result, and you can ask ChatGPT to produce a line chart for it. It will produce it to you, but you don't know what type of data, what type of charts are available, and as well as what type of data analysis are available, and what is the unique purpose of that particular data analysis. Without knowing that, you can't do anything. Okay, here is an use case scenario. What are all the use case scenarios, or what are all the use case scenarios are there? One is predicting future sales or demands, because it's a predictive analysis. So through that, you can predict what are all the future sales can occur. Okay, forecasting stock price and financial performance. Especially this predictive data analysis is mostly used for financial research. Who are all in financial research, this is a main tool you need to use again and again, because here you can build build any specific type of machine learning model what you are looking for, and you can use that machine learning model for your any form of research. If you want to analyze any one balance sheet, just upload it, and you can use your own machine learning model language, and you can do what type of analysis you are looking for. So there is n number of potential opportunities we have. Okay, then estimating decision outbreaking trends. Sorry. So what type of trend it going to happen? So what might be the future trend? So you can predict the trend, and as well as you can modify your business according to the future trends and needs. So it's also a great thing for you. Then predicting student success or dropout rate. So if this was happen repeatedly, if this was occurring again and again, what will be the future result? Whether we are going to get more students, or maybe whether we are going to lose the existing students, what might happen? It's also some form of prediction. Okay, for these type of analysis, at least minimum you need 3 months of data, or maybe 3 years of data. Minimum 3 months, maximum 3 to 5 years, but depend on the file size. Again, we have some other certain limitations, right? Minimum you need 3 months of sales data, or maybe the marketing data, to make an appropriate prediction. So if you have more data, so you will get in more proper results. Okay, so this is the fourth type of major research form: prescriptive research, or maybe the superior form of research. Here, so basically what we see are the descriptive and as well as diagnostic research. We take doctor as an example, right? So you have fever. When you go to hospital, so they use thermometer to find what is your fever temperature. So through that percentage, they are doing an descriptive research. They find that number, and as well as after that, they will do an diagnostic research. They find what is the actual cause of that particular fever. So once they find that particular cause through maybe blood test or anything, they diagnose the informations. After that, they predict if this type of fever can occur, what might happen in the future. So if it is a viral fever, you may need to admit immediately. So you may need to admit in the hospital, or maybe if it is a normal fever, you can take this tablet. They are just predicting whether it's a normal fever, or maybe viral fever, or maybe anything special, or anything which need special concern. So they will predict the things, and as well as according to that, they will suggest a medical recommendations to you. They predict it first. So based on their prediction, they prescribe you something. So whenever we getting an medical tablet details from doctors, what we are saying, they are prescribed medicines. They are actually prescribing things. So they know what going to happen. So they are taking the corrective actions to face the future causes or actions. That's called a prescription, right? So that's what the prescriptive research actually doing. Understanding what should be done. I know what type of the things going to happen in the future. So as a brave person, as a brilliant person, I am going to take the corrective action right now to face the future changes. That's called prescriptive research. ChatGPT is actually great at it, because not only ChatGPT, most of the AI models are very great in these type of research formalities, because so they have a number of existing data, right? So they can easily predict. So based on that predict, they can simply write down the prescriptions for you. So you can decide what type of research you are actually looking for, and as well as what type of analysis you need. What are all the actually we most of the times we need to do all types of analysis in our data, with our data, but we need to define what is the specific action we are going to do with each stages. Okay, so here next thing we are going to see again the common statistical tools optimized models, linear programming, integer programming. So these are all little bit advanced, but you can do it simply. But you can do it in a simple way using ChatGPT. Decision tree, Bayesian analysis, operations research and techniques. There is many form of advanced tools are available, but these are some of the common tools. Okay, so what are all the diagrams, what are all the charts we can use? Decision tree diagram, flowchart diagram, scenario analysis dashboard, heat maps or spider charts. These are some advanced chart types we can use for this prescriptive data analysis. So what are the use cases? Supply chain optimization, uh, deciding. Okay. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Okay. So supply chain optimization, deciding the best routes, so the best route possibility, and as well as we are prescribing which is the best one. Marketing strategy planning, healthcare treatment plans, and financial portfolio optimization. These are all the some of the basic advanced form of use cases where we can use this prescriptive analysis. These are all the four basic types of prescriptive analysis, because without understanding these four basic categories you can't perform any types of even a simple data analytics procedure in ChatGPT. Even you can give any prompt, it will going to produce some form of results, but it not going to produce any value for you, any value for your research. Okay, so you need to understand these basic four concepts first. Any questions as of now in this four major areas? Any questions? I think is it clear for all of you? Because I know it's such a basic concept, it's not a complicated one. I think it's easy and clear for you all. Okay, so now the time is 6:52. I will give you 5 minutes, so we will shortly get back at 6:57. So I want you to think. So each and every one of you have some form of research in progression, right? So, or maybe in your mind. So now it's a time for you to think. Take a pen and paper. So write down this four types of basic data analysis, or maybe you can use the sample data what you actually recently download. So just open that particular data, or maybe open your research, and from that research, write down what are all the factors you need to analyze, or maybe you need to progress under descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive analysis. Okay, just try to categorize the things, because this is the actual research process, my dear friends. This is how we need to proceed the research. So maybe due to our headache we are actually simply neglect the things, so it's not the right procedure, right? So this is what you need to do. What's wrong with it? Okay, this is what you need to keep it in your mind. This is what you need to do. I will give 5 minutes to you, so just do that procedure right now, please. We will sharply get back. So now the time is 6:58. So we will sharply get back at 6:53. We will sharply get back at 6:58. Or okay. Okay. హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ పోయితే నేనే తీసుకోరు కింద ఉండేది రెండేది ఒకే పేరు చూడు జాసిమ్ వీటిలో వాళ్ళ వీళ్ళు ఉన్నారు ఇంకా వీటిలో అడిగి వస్తుంది ఏమన్నా ప్రశ్న వాళ్ళ మైక్ ఆగలేదు అర్థం host దివ్య అని తీసుకోవచ్చు వెళ్ళనా వద్దు అతను వద్దు ఓకేనా చిన్న బిడ్డలు అంటారు అలా మనం మీనింగ్ఫుల్గా అనిపిస్తుంది వాళ్ళు చెప్పింది అనేది లేకుండా అనిపిస్తుంది వద్దు వద్దురా చేసి Okay, so I think all of you done their homeworks. But even though if you are not able to complete it, just keep it in your mind So without doing this basic analysis, without having this basic understanding, you can't do anything with this chat GPT analysis, because we are going to deal with advanced data analysis in chat GPT. It's an inbuilt programming. Nothing is nothing is like a plugin. It's an inbuilt programming. If you want to utilize the complete potential, if you want to utilize the complete power of it, so you need to understand, you need to have this basic 4 data types clarification. Without having this clarifications, it's not going to produce any results to you. Okay. Let me dive to the next section. Okay. In ChatGPT, we have some section called custom instructions. Anyone have any idea what is called custom instructions? Anyone heard about it? Custom instructions in ChatGPT. Is my screen is visible to everyone? Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Sounds good. Just a moment, please. Okay. So, custom instruction in the sense, here you can set your own custom instructions. So, ChatGPT will function accordingly. Okay. So, what is called custom instructions? Sorry, I think my screen was not functional. Okay. So, custom instructions. What is called custom instructions? You can instruct ChatGPT how it's actually need to act or function. No. I think now it's. Oh, thanks for your message. Yeah, I think now it's actually visible. So, yes, okay, thanks. Okay. Custom instructions, you can instruct ChatGPT what type of results you are looking for, or what type of data analysis you are actually looking for, what type of data model you want ChatGPT to use always. So there is many basic instruction formalities you can directly ask ChatGPT to follow whenever you ask any form of data analytical questions. Those type of predefined instructions are called custom instructions. So why we are using these type of instructions? Let me check one by one. So I'm going to show you how you can set it in your ChatGPT account. So okay, custom instructions are a built-in feature in ChatGPT that let you personalize how ChatGPT behave and respond, how it's actually analyzed, and as well as how it need to respond back to you. You can define it, so you don't need to tell it again and again. Most of the time it will hallucinate it because of too much of information, too many data. It will become confused and it will become hallucinated. So here you can simply instruct it clearly from the base, so it will always remind the same instruction again and again. I'm sorry, my dear friend, something wrong with my PPT. I don't know. I will check it by tomorrow. Okay, so let me proceed it further. So they are like permanent prompt layers. It's a permanent prompt layer. So who you are, what you want it to do, or how you want it to respond back. It might be friendly, or it might be professional, or semi-casual, or a research perspective, or an analytical perspective. You can name anything, whatever you want. So based on that, it will produce and results to you. It's a permanent prompt, or you want to rewrite it as whenever you want, but ChatGPT treat it as a permanent prompt. Okay. So then, once set, these instructions influence every conversation, so you don't have to repeat your context or preference each times. So I already told you, right? So field, there are 2 fields are available. What would you like ChatGPT to know about you to provide a better response? So you need to give your response. So I'm a professor, I'm a researcher, I'm a market researcher, I'm a content writer. What type of field you are belongs to? So then ChatGPT can decide what type of results you are actually expecting. So you need to define your role and your expectation, the purpose, use case, everything clearly on the purpose on your profile field. So then how would you like ChatGPT to respond? What type of response you are actually looking for ChatGPT, that you also can define here. The style, tonality, pitch, depth, everything you can define here. So these two details can give a clear base roadmap for ChatGPT to function in a better way. So for an example, here I given two example use cases. This is how you need to write your profile and as well as your use case in ChatGPT. See, so for your understanding, this is just an example. So about you, I am a data analyst and educator. I regularly work with Excel, Python. So particularly, I am mentioning two Python libraries, Pandas and sorry, Mat. Okay, I am sorry. I forgot. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. I know about pandas, numpanda, and everything, and survey data. I often need help cleaning data, running statistical tests, and generating insights for academical and business research. I may upload CSV files or Excel files and want step-by-step explanations in plain English along with code. So this is what about me section. So this is who I am, what I am doing to do, what I am looking for, why I am here, what type of files I can upload. This is how I can explain about my own perspective, who I am. So the next thing, response to style. The next second question, what type of response you are looking for, style, tone, depth and format. Here, explain concepts clearly but professionally, showing formulas or codes where relevant, include reasoning before conclusions when analyzing a data, provide interpretation. This is what I insist again and again, my dear students. It not only analyze the data, it will also provide an interpretation, not just statistics. So again the same thing, not just statistics. Use tables, charts and bulleting points for clarity. So you can do anything you want. Whenever you ask ChatGPT to do any form of basic data analytical activity, it will keep this instruction as a basic running principle. It will function with this instruction always kept in mind. So I want all of you to open your ChatGPT. Let me share my ChatGPT for you. I think my screen is visible to you, visible to all of you. I think so. So I want you also to kindly open your ChatGPT in your mobile or maybe in your desktop. Okay, here there is a profile. So here there is my profile. I hope you are able to see it. Click your profile and go to settings. Under settings, go to personalization. Here you are able to see two options: custom instructions, more about you and your occupation. I hope you are able to see it. Custom instruction is this one, response style. Okay, about you is here. I hope it's clear for you. Here you need to type your custom instructions, So about the behavioral style, tone, performance, what we discussed in that PPT. Write the custom instruction. Here, write your occupation, and here more about you, what you are actually looking for. Just take 2 to 3 minutes. So you don't need to come up with a complete professional, complete set of instructions here. Just try to come up with some few lines. What type of response you are looking for? What type, who you are? Just try to fill these sessions. You can give your nickname and occupation anything. So there is no need to be 100% your original name. You can give any nicknames, Mr. XYZ or anything like that. So just try to fill these sessions, please, with the example what I gave it to you. Wait, I will show the example for you. Yeah. Based on this example, I want you to write it. I want you to fill those 2 sessions. Write about you and as well as what type of response you are looking for. Especially for your research type, my dear friends. This is just an example. Just take 2 to 3 minutes. Because just listening these type of informations and leaving as it is, it won't going to produce any valuable result to you, my dear friends. So always try to make your hands dirty. Always ready to do the things. Always try to just give a try. Then only you will learn anything. Then only this entire workshop going to be an useful one. Because this is not a regular class sections to monitor each and every one student to get an whether they are to make sure whether they are getting in right amount of knowledge or not. This is in web online session, and as well as we are all in professionals, so there is no necessity for us to check one by one again. So just take your own responsibility. Just try to make your hands dirty. Try to implement it. Definitely, it will produce a good results. You will come up with rainbow colors. I think so, right? Okay, I think you tried something. So, always I repeat again and again, you no need to be 100% perfect. Just give a try. So, you are not going to lose anything. Okay, just give a try. So, always we start our journey as an amateur. So, through our experience, through our practices, through our mistakes, we become an experts, right? So, don't hesitate to be an amateur. So, no need to worry about anything. Always just give a try. Take your own time. Now, I want you to do it right now. That's why I give 2 to 3 minutes. I know 100% it's not enough for you to make a complete draft. But so take it as an takeaway. Just spend some time for your research and sit and think about it, and create your own type of persona, what type of personality you are, what you are actually looking for. Write it as your about you section, and as well as what type of response you are looking for. So fill those in the response style sessions. So once you frame it, definitely it will save you a lot and lots of time, my dear friends. You don't know actually, as a researcher, as a data analyst, how much pressure I have at the very beginning, because I don't know about this one thing. I'm again and again and again I'm repeating the same instruction to ChatGPT to make the results similar with the previous results. Definitely I fed up a lot, but these simple steps actually save me a lot. So maybe until you getting into the story, you can't realize it, but definitely you will realize once you are completely dive into the process. So now we are in the ADA, Advanced Data Analytics. This is an special feature which is especially only available in ChatGPT 4.0 and ChatGPT 5 models. Remaining models don't have these functionalities, but happily we are all eligible, and as well as now we are all enjoying ChatGPT 4.0 model as a free version. So each and every one of us are using ChatGPT 4.2, or maybe who are all a paid customer, they are enjoying the benefits of ChatGPT 5.2. In case if I want to take this session before when there was in ChatGPT 3 or 3.5, so it's not possible for us to take this section because it's not functional for everyone. But now we are in ChatGPT 4.0, so everything become possible. This ADA, Advanced Data Analytics section, this particular functionality was become inbuilt in ChatGPT 4.0. There is nothing extra you need to add. It's already an inbuilt functionality, so you can simply use it. Now with this advanced data analytics, what are all the things we can do? What it is actually? See, advanced data analysis, ADA. Advanced data analysis is an extended capability inside ChatGPT, available in ChatGPT 5 and ChatGPT 4 tiers models, 4 tier model with advanced tools enable. It lets you upload, explore, clean, analyze, visualize, and model data interactively. See, it able to analyze and visualize, and as well as it also help you to create a model within the ChatGPT through simple interactive prompts. You no need to purchase any expensive tools. There are even SPSS. It's such expensive. So overall belongs to some many rural areas or maybe depend on your academical spendings. It's a huge money for you. We are not an analytical firm to spend that much of huge money for that. So you don't need any form of expensive tools. You can do it simple prompt, through simple prompt. Okay, all within the chat interface without needing external software like Jupyter or R Studio, the R programming. Even some other cases, your system requirements also become too much high. So you can't install all types of software in your simple system. So in those cases, again, it's become another one great limitation for us. So we can't proceed further. But this ChatGPT is just a browser version. It's a web application. You can do it anywhere. Even in other cases, you can do it in your mobile also. Because the functionality is actually happening in some other areas in their server, not in your laptop or not in your mobile. Okay. So what is the capacity? So through that capacity, what we can do, what type of use cases we are having. First one is file upload and reading. You can upload various types of files. You can upload CSV file, Excel file, JSON file, TXT file, zip file, and there is too many file formats. You can upload HTML, you can upload XML files, you can upload PDFs, There is many different file formats are supported. Previously this functionalities was not available. Now you can upload any form of file type which is especially for data. You can upload any form of data files. These files can be easily understood and processed by ChatGPT. Here is my sales CSV summarize the trends. Simply you can upload it and you can ask it. Okay. Next one is data cleaning and transformation. As a researcher, data cleaning is such a terrible process, not an easy thing, such a terrible thing. The data error and data processing, cleaning the data, and as well as validating the data, it's not such a simple thing. Even though we can collect the data from various sources, but refining the data is seriously a tedious process. But with the help of ChatGPT, you can do it in a simple way, in a layman language. It's not even a work. Okay, handling missing values, formatting, encoding, merging, and splitting, you can do, etc. Even in some other cases, the participant may use unwanted spaces or unwanted commas between their names, or not in their names. Whenever they mention any other general details, they use some unwanted spaces, unwanted commas. Whenever it is an open-ended question, definitely it will be a challenging task for a researcher. In those cases, definitely this simple tool can transform your entire research process. You can do those type of activities with the help of this ChatGPT advanced data analysis model. Okay, remove rows with null sales and create a new column for a profit margin. Just simple user case scenario. The profit margin is already merged with some other cell. You can simply ask it to extract. It will create a new cell for you. It will create a new table. It will create a new data set for you. You can simply download whichever format you are actually preferred with. Okay, so there is many possibilities. Exploratory data analysis, EDA. So we already know about the exploratory data. We are exploring something. Generate descriptive states, correlation, distribution, and interactive plots. So with this EDA, exploratory data analysis, you can simply ask ChatGPT to perform an EDA in this data set for the purpose of XYZ. It will do many types of calculations for that particular instruction, not only doing a mean or medium or mode, anything like that. It can run a large set of statistical procedure for your simple single line prompt. It will produce a huge table form of results, because already you ask it to use tables and charts, graphs. So through that it will follow. It will create a table. It will create a chart for you. So it will make your work much more simple and easy. Show a heat map of correlation between variables. So it's a simple use case. So next one is statistical tools. Perform a t-test, ANOVA test, chi-square test, regression, and correlation test. Just you can simply mention the test and you can give the values, or maybe you can tell what purpose you are actually doing. It will do it for you. Check the difference in means between two group is significance. That's what the use case. Machine learning models. So I already told you this is what the advanced functionality, or maybe in other cases, this is why we need to use ChatGPT for data analytics. Other data analytical tools are not actually offer this specific facility or specific functionality, because no other tools or AI tools, they are just in statistical packages. It will only can able to perform the statistical functionality what you want it to do. It can't create the model what you want, so which can be replicated, which can be scaled. There is many AI models are available. We are going to see it by tomorrow. Okay, so here build predictive models using regression, classification. Here we have an forest model and forecasting. We can build the model what we want. So there is too many machine models are available. Data visualization, I think there is no need of explanation for data visualization. You can picturize the things whatever way you want, so you can visualize it. in different types of chart format: bar chart, pie chart, line chart, plot chart, any form of chart. You can visualize it, you can rearrange it, you can give an color code, whatever instruction you want, you can simply ask it to do. Definitely it will do it for you. Okay, automation and script. Write a reproducible Python code for analysis or automation. See, ChatGPT have an inbuilt Python compiler, so there is no any other. So you no need to go anywhere else. So we have we have the platform called Google Cloud. I think so. Yeah, Google Cloud. So there you can put your Python code and you can ask Google Cloud to perform that Python code, and then you can find whether the code is running or not. So you no need to go somewhere else. In ChatGPT, it have an inbuilt Python compiler, so it can run your Python codes within itself. So you can create a preset or automated Python programming through the help of ChatGPT. You no need to write a single line of code, or maybe you no need to be an expert in coding. Even you don't know what even a single line of code. There is no issues for it. Whatever the error it occurred, ChatGPT can fix it for you. Right? You can ask ChatGPT to prepare a Python code to automate the process, to simplify the process, so it can do it for you. You can use it wherever you want. Generate a Python code that perform the same EDA automatically. So once you're satisfied with the EDA result, so that's what we discussed. Exploratory data analysis, you can add, you can alter, you can do anything. Once you're satisfied with the output, then you can ask generate a Python code that perform the same EDA automatically. Once you get that code, next time you no need to give the complete instructions again and again. You can use this code, put that data, put this code and run it. ChatGPT will automatically knows everything. It will give an exact results match with the same previous style. It will save huge amount of time, my dear friends. Not only time, it will save huge amount of energy, as well as time is the most precious one. You can spend your time with happily with your loved one. You don't need to spend that much of huge time for it, because it's already available there. Why we can't use it? It's meaningless, it's worthless, right? So you can do anything. So the last functionality is exploring results. Exporting results. Here we have some form of data, and we have some form of calculations, and as well as we have some interpretations and visualizations, charts, graphs, and anything. Finally, we want to export the complete story in some specific formats. It might be Word, it might be Excel, PDF, or any other specific form. But these are the basic three common formats. In otherwise CSV, if it is a complete data set. So if you want to export these type of informations in any formats, you can simply ask ChatGPT to do it for you. Export this clean database. So once you categorize the data, once you clean that data, if you ask it to export, it will export it for you. You have some other details. So if you want to convert those details as a workbook, as a guidebook, you can ask ChatGPT to generate it as a guidebook in a PDF format. It will do it for you. You can ask it to incorporate some images, text, or graphs, or you can mention anything. It will simply generate the results for you. It not only able to analyze, understand, and calculate the results. It can also interpret, visualize, and also it will automatically produce a report what you are actually looking for. It's in such a great opportunity, great functionality for a researcher. So which is not even existed for our previous research batches. Maybe even though if they are done their research in 2023 or 24, they don't have this privilege. But as a researcher in 2025, we have this unfair advantage. Even though frankly this is an unfair advantage compared to our previous researchers. So we can use it whatever we want. We can expand our research. Okay, we can speed in our research process. There is n number of potential. These are all just basics. Okay, there is many functionalities are available. So I think as of now, I think most of you all got clear with the things what we actually discussed. So today we have two things as your homework, or maybe as your research, best progression for your research. Write down what type of research you are going to, research analysis you are going to deal with. First one is uh, descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, prescriptive. Deconstruct your research according to these parameters. Then I want you to write down these two custom instructions about you, and what type of results you are looking for. Custom instructions in ChatGPT. I want you to do these two takeaways right now. So do it in best while. So I think it's time for me to end this session. So tomorrow at the same time, join this same webinar with the same link. So any questions as of now? Sir, ChatGPT practical. Yeah, everything. Tomorrow it's going to be in practical section. No need to worry. Today is in theoretical base. That's why I repeated again and again. Today is in theoretical section. Tomorrow is in 100% practical section. We are going to see 100% the real ChatGPT window, and we are going to see how it's actually functioning. Okay, no more question. I think so. Okay, so see you all. Have a great day. Have a I think some of you have a great day, some of you have great night. So thank you once again for all participants, and thanks for the Visual team who is making this opportunity great for us. So we will join you back. So I will meet you back by tomorrow on the same time. Thank you.
Goodbye.